What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr, and today I am bringing you a Blue Eyes variant that a lot of you have been requesting. Today it is the turn of Blue Eyes Bystial. So this is basically just going to be Dragon Madness. So we do play the full Bystial engine, working all the way from Lubellion all the way down to Etude. Now what I actually really like about Etude is the fact that it allows you to synchro summon during your opponent's turn, so that when you activate something like True Light, bring back Blue Eyes, which will then bring back Maiden, you actually get a little bit more advantage off of it, because the Etude can then get you into a Spirit Dragon, which can then lead you into either a Protector in the form of the Yugioh Eyes, or of course going to help you extend your plays that little bit more and disrupt your opponent. So, with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. I'm going to dive headfirst into the profile, show you what we've got, and explain why we've got it as always. So we're going to start off with 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon and the 1 Jet Dragon. Now the only time this will ever change is if you're playing a Fusion variant or a Ritual variant, and at that point you might sub out your Jet Dragon for an Abyss Dragon. The only other time that you might consider changing it is if you want to feel exactly like Kaiba and you want to play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, but honestly this is a perfect ratio for me and the way that I like to play the deck. At most, if you like, I want to minimise my bricks, you can take out 1 Jet Dragon, but honestly I still like it as that nice little option that a lot of people forget about. The Maiden is pretty standard on this one. You want to be maxing out on 3 of this, because then it means that if you do get hit with a hand trap on something like your Sage, your turn can still continue to play. So you're going to be maxing out on your Sage as well. This is your best and ideal starter for the entire deck. I'm still playing the 1 Master as well. I still really like what it offers. I like that option that when I do get to search off the back of Wishes, yes, you can go for an Effect Veiler, but if you want to build up more of a board presence, you can just go directly into the Master, and the Master gives you a little bit more as your additional normal summon, which can then obviously revive your Sage back to the hand, or if you've already used an Effect Veiler and you're going second, it can help you build that in for the grind game. One card that I did consider was playing the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Now if you do add the Neo Kaiser Seahorse to this build, it does start unlocking loads of other different options from the extra deck, because your Neo Kaiser Seahorse plus any Bystial monster apart from Lubellion will give you direct access to level 10 synchros, being Dispatter, or of course being something like a Chaos Angel. It can also get you access to the Gen X, but that is entirely up to you. The issue with this card is it's not as easily accessible as the rest. If it was a level 1 tuner, great, that could adapt its level, but then it probably would be a little bit too more busted. It does also open up the door to level 12 synchros, so that's when you can start working your way into Auxilla from the Centurion line, and then work your way into a hard summoned Crimson Dragon. But I've kind of kept the deck to be more 9 level synchros than 12 level synchros, but that is an option you can consider. Then of course we do play 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue, pretty standard on that one, alongside the 1 Roar, the 1 Mausoleum, and something that's different for this particular build is I do play the 1 Ultimate Fusion. Now the reason I play the 1 Ultimate Fusion is because in place of those level 10 synchros or other options, I am playing a 2nd Tyrant Dragon. Now the reason I'm doing that is I quite like the idea that this lets me recycle. Obviously it's only allowed to do it once, but that's going to allow me to recycle a card like my Magnamute back into the deck. And when I'm already playing Lubellions, it just means that I can actually use multiple Magnamutes, or I could use multiple Baldrakes if I really need to, or of course I just make sure that I have a 3rd copy of a Druid Swarm in the main deck. Then for the track cards, we do obviously play the 1 Majesty and the 1 True Light. And then moving on to the Bystials, triple Bystial Lubellion. Obviously you want to hard open this card. This is your other level 8, so this can help you work your way into your level 9 synchros, as well as giving you the ability to work your way into some rank 8 if you wanted to go down that route. More times than not, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sending this card from the hand to the graveyard and then search out one of your Bystials, which can add as an extender or a disruption during your opponent's turn. So for the Bystials, we are playing 2 Druid Swarm. You can play 3 if you want to, but I didn't want to go crazy on this particular side of the list. I feel that being able to play the total of 8 Bystial monsters themselves is more than enough. So of the 8, the rest of the Bystial monsters, of course, 1 Magnamute, 1 Saronir, and 1 Baldrake. And then, of course, we've got the 1 Regained and the 1 Etude. Now, the Etude is kind of what really drew me to this version, because I feel it's something that's a little bit different. Yes, of course, you could just play the Bystial version. That then becomes pretty standard of what it's going to be. And I do feel that I wouldn't be surprised if some Bystials got hit on the ban list. So I've tried to be a little bit more reserved in what we've got. Like, the Regained is an incredibly great card, especially in the Malice matchup, because it causes them massive disruption. Putting their cards back every time they're banishing them to try and extend to the board. Put them back, get a draw, you're good to go. On top of that, being able to revive your Bystials from the graveyard is very helpful, which is why the Ultimate Fusion is an alternative option. Whether you want to use it or not is entirely up to you. You can cut it out completely. I just liked it as a kind of cool option that not a lot of people would think about, and then being able to recycle some cards could be really helpful. And then for the hand trap, so this is of course where the Bystials open up a little bit more as well, as the Bystials just give you so much space to play hand traps. So I've decided to main deck triple and draw a lot bird. Now this is considering post Maze of Master, for the pure fact that I feel that a lot of Ryzeal players on the higher competitive scale are going to be working their way to the Ascended 7th, and when you're doing that, you're playing 6 more cards in the main deck that are going to search out cards. Yes, of course, it doesn't end their turn completely, but if they activate a card like that to search out one of their Ryzeal monsters and you hit them with a draw, straight away it can shut off the rest of their search cards. So if they go from the old 7th to the new 7th and you draw them, the new 7th is not going to be able to search out that monster that they're trying to get to. So it then really does start shutting off stuff like the bonfires and everything else in between. Then of course we've got triple Ash Blossom, stand on that one, double Ghost Ogre, like my hand trap of the format right now, 2 Effect Veilers, and then triple Infinite Impermanence. Of course you play loads of hand traps, you could play Crossout Designator if you want to, you can also consider Call by the Grave. I just didn't want to rely on that one particular Call by the Grave. If anything, I'd rather play a Crossout Designator, because at least Crossout Designator could hit Infinite Impermanence if I needed it to. So that's it for the entire main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, it's pretty standard on this one, nothing too out of the box. The biggest difference is that I am now playing 3 Blue-Eyed Spirit Dragons, but it also gives you the option to make it during your opponent's turn just by activating True Light and bringing it back. So more times than not, your normal combo can go through 2 of these, and this is another reason that the Ultimate Fusion is a good card option, because it lets you recycle these cards. It can also let you recycle your Link monsters as well in for a grind game. Then for the targets of the Blue-Eyed Spirit Dragon, we're going with the 1 Blue-Eyes Ultimate, the 1 Lightning Storm to deal with back row, the 1 Azure Eyes to help you protect should you need to, and the 1 Black Rose Moonlight. We're then adding a Crystal Wing to this board as well, for the pure fact that, again, any level 7 synchro that you summon during your turn, plus one of your tuners, can then work its way into a Crystal Wing. Now, if you find it when you're playing it and your playstyle differs and you're not actually summoning most of the Spirit Dragon during your turn and you actually do it more during your opponent's turn and maybe don't protect with Azure Eyes, then you could very easily sub out the Crystal Wing. This is where the flex spots start showing up for your level 10 synchros if you wanted to play the Kaiser. For the Link monsters, pretty standard on this one, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Hieratic Seals, and then 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. And then the Fusion monsters, the 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then the 2 Tyrants just for the grind. Again, this is dictated, or mainly the second Tyrant is dictated by playing the Ultimate Fusion in the main deck. So if you choose not to play that card, again, you open up the space for something else a little bit different. So we've already mentioned 2 flex spots straight away. That's your Dispatter, and then that can very easily be your Chaos Angel. And then if you do find one more flex spot that you might want to take out, maybe an SP Little Knight, that then opens up the door to play the Gen X. And I do advise you playing the Gen X in this version for the pure fact that you'll always be able to set up when you make it a light and a dark negation, and that can be massively helpful. So that's it for the entire profile. If you do have any questions at all, by all means, please put in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. But for now, that is pretty much it for the Bystial version. I'm still working on some other versions. As much as I try to put the Blue Eyes deck down, it just keeps coming back around. And I actually enjoy doing it. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy finding the different variants that this deck can produce, because what I love about it the most is the fact that it's a structure deck that has these so many different variants. So maybe if we do get reprints of the Bystials in the Stampede, this version becomes a little bit cheaper to build. You've also got the options that come off the back of, just in general, like the Centurion version. You've got the Exodia version, which is just purely casual fun on that one. There's a White Forest version I still really want to try and cook with and see how that works. But yeah, I just love the variety that a structure deck can provide you, whether you want to be putting loads of money into the deck or whether you want to only put a little bit of money into the deck or no money at all. The deck can still perform, and it is really, really fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe and, of course, happy dueling.